So a bit about the winery. So the wine studio is a contract facility. Our home brands are Two Rivers and Black Cottage wines. The wine studio was established in 2018, and since then we've grown. So we've got from about 1,500 tonne and now we're up to 4,000 tonne. Obviously, not being massive, we're pretty focused on quality wines, boutique winemaking, really hands-on. And then obviously with a range of different vessels, so stainless vessels versus our concrete eggs and our amphoras. This gives our brands a point of difference, I suppose, to the market, incorporating different characters, minerality to our wines, and then we incorporate that volume, portions of the volumes, co-fermented back into the stainless, which gives it a point of difference, bit more character, minerality, flavours. So we do Chardonnay, Sav and Rosé in the eggs, and then the portions of those then we disperse out into portions of stainless, just to give it a point of difference, something different to our wines. So yeah, and then from there, obviously we are a client facility, but as Two Rivers and Black Cottage grows, we'll eliminate some clients to start becoming our own venture. But obviously, being a client facility, it pays the bills, so we can afford nice pumps. These are like going back to the old ancient Roman times, you know, so we're incorporating that back into modern day winemaking, which is quite cool. Great character, great flavour, something different. Our smallest vessels, 2,500 litres, ranging to 25,000, 48,000, and then we have 97,000 litre vessels out the back, being our bigger Sauvignon blends, 75 to 80% Sav probably. But we have a wide variety of wines here, so we make from Sav right through to Syrah, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Riesling, all grown locally. Yep. So Two Rivers, the brand is called Two Rivers because of the Wairau River and the Owatri River, and we source a lot of our fruit from both valleys, hence the name Two Rivers. So yeah. Cool. We'll wander around the back, and I think you'll find the pumps going flat out at the moment. Yeah, so this time of year is pretty massive for us with blending. So at the moment we're really busy blending Sauvignon Blanc. So these are our biggest vessels, so 97,000 litres. We've got 16 vessels. The pump's obviously pretty crucial to us at this time of year. Working flat out, moving some massive volumes. Within the winery we tend to use 2-inch hoses when we're moving the smaller volumes, but hence moving bigger volumes we move it to 3. So we've got that luxury of swapping it out and in. And then variable speed, depending on the size of the volume, depends on the size of the speed that we're going, but yeah, the pump's been working really well. What we really like about this pump is that it's multifunctional depending on our volumes. The remote's really important. We find having a remote for the pumps so crucial. It's basically eliminating another person within the winery. The specs it's got, so we can dial in the volume that we're wanting to pump to, especially with blending, dispatching, filling flexies. We type the volume in and the pump goes, stops as need be. Again, you can get it set, walk away and have full trust at the remote and the settings, it will stop to its volume. So blending is so important. So at the moment we've got it set to 32,000 litres with a flow of 48,200 litres an hour. and the cellar hand's able to set the volume, walk away and carry on with something else. We've found the quality of wine post and pre-movement, there's no real massive effects on the wine. The DOs have stayed the same, so it's nice and gentle on the wines, and basically it's a real luxury within the winery. It's basically another cellar hand. So say we're dispatching a portion out of a vessel here out to the front of the facility. It's probably 300 metres away, and we have full trust that when you press stop, the pump will stop. So the range on the remote's quite fascinating, but full trust in the remote. And same with barrel filling, you know, transferring 1,000 litres, 500 litres to 97,000 litres. That's yeah, it's got such a great range, diversification, which is good. Perfect for our facility. All cloudy wine, fermenting wine, it's the same. So yeah, no, it's been great. The start of the week, in 3 weeks, we moved 2.7 million litres within the winery for blending, which is an amazing effort, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm Richard, I'm the assistant winemaker here at the wine studio. Mainly work with the pump a lot, so yeah. I've preset a volume, and at the same time I've gone off to go do some adds to another tank, get some other jobs going, and I just know that it's going to stop at that volume. I can trust that it's going to do that, so it just leaves me able to do a bunch of other things at the same time, especially for those larger transfers. Yeah, so it's a great pump, remote control, really helps with everything for topping tanks, everything. We can also, when we plug in a volume, we trust it that we can just walk away, go have our lunch, and it will stop where we want it to. We're not going to have any problems. Just really low shear, low DO pickup. It's just got everything good, everything that we need. So
yeah, Richie and I have obviously worked with this pump pretty closely since day one, but we've been really impressed with it, haven't we? Yeah, it's quite amazing. Millions of litres have been moved within the facility. Yeah, I think having the system where you can punch in the volume and then walk away and know that it's going to be within 3 litres of the total, you know, volume over thousands of litres, it's pretty impressive. Yeah. And the accuracy within our tank tips and the blending within, you know, 100k is within about 3 centimetres. You're talking 150, 200 litres.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, so the accuracy is amazing. Not with the good old, you know, the standard days of the old milk factory flow meters have sort of gone now, so having an inbuilt one into a pump, pretty phenomenal, yeah. No, brilliant service, willing to give us a good trial during our busy period at Vintage, so great to deal with, letting us have a play, test it out, test it to its limits, and yeah, no qualms, so it's great. It's not often you can get a footprint and build a brand new winery in Marlborough. Most wineries are having to dogleg, you know, or add on. So we've had the luxury where we can design the winery to suit this footprint. So we wanted to have a nice place for everyone to work, so inside, and then our bigger boys outside, saving a bit of money and infrastructure as well. We've sort of gone from one extreme blending savvy outside with our big vessels and into the barrel hall where we use the pump as well on a barrel mode for moving you know, 225 litres or 500 litres at one time for blending as well. So we can on off the valve, so say we rack a barrel, we can just shut the valve and the pump will stop. But it just shows you the diversification with the pump and what it can do. So yeah, we use it for blending as well, blending barrels. so it's really good. We get a lot of fruit from both valleys in Marlborough, but where the vineyards are located, the soils are different. You get different flavours from the grapes. You know, same varietal, but they're growing differently. So, you know, when it comes to blending, we taste through all the different blocks, and then we decide what portions are going where. But generally, they're all different, and they're giving off different characters. And you want to keep it consistent, but you also want to keep it that the consumer's still buying it as well. So it's, yeah. Yeah, and it's all different. I mean, every company makes different Sav, but yeah, typically all the valleys have different characters. I think Marlborough's got a lot of potential for good wine.